Well, hello, my royal people. How y'all doing out there? Listen, this is your boy, your fam, Dr. G, right here on Living Single Podcast. And I'm so glad to have you with us. And I want you to share it, like it. I want you to comment. I want you to subscribe. I want you to come on, just do whatever you can do to help it be big, all right? Because we want as many singles to be able to have this platform to get some advice, to get some understanding, to get some wisdom, some tips and some tools to help them with their individual life, right? Before they go and pursue a relationship with somebody else. And then you got to start blending your will or your desires with theirs. And a lot of times that's when we get into a lot of hiccups. But nevertheless, we're here um, interviewing singles who are satisfied. We'll be interviewing singles who are searching. We're interviewing couples. There will be times when we'll have a whole panel of people that will be interviewing, sharing the very same 10 questions. But because of everybody's experience and everybody's different perspective, they are going to respond differently to these questions. Um, I call it talk therapy. It gives us an opportunity to just be able to listen to other people talk about their experiences, and it's like a family kind of discussion where you get to hear what your other cousin got to say. All right, what your other brother, your other sister got to say about it, how they dealt with that thing. Tonight we have a special guest, good brother, good friend of mine. Please introduce yourself and tell everybody how old you are.
Hi, my name is Gayle. I am 35 years old. I'm a single man, and I'm happy to be here.
Okay, okay. I was about to ask you. So are you single and satisfied? You single and searching? Single and praying? What? Where are you with
I
your single?
I am single and searching and praying.
Single and searching and praying. That's what I'm talking about. That's what I'm talking about. Okay. So, Andre, we're gonna get right on into it. But first of all, I want to give a shout out to Kendra G. If you've not followed Kendra G, please follow Kendra G. She is an inspiration for me. She is a mentor with this game. I mean, she's top queen. So just follow her, and she has a huge heart. But let's jump right into it, man. Our first question tonight is out of the 10, what red flags do you think singles should look for when they are dating or when they are, um, you know, out in the world trying to find that person, searching for that person? What are some red flags they should pay attention to?
Okay, so the top three red flags they should pay attention to and should not ignore are someone who is financially unstable. If they're in debt or if they like to spend a lot and they don't know how to save, they're in deep credit card debt. Look out for that. Also, somebody that is not family oriented. If they're very selfish and not family oriented, they don't think about other people's needs, the family's needs, and stuff like that. Look out for that. And also, somebody who is abusive physically, mentally, or emotionally. You want to look out for that. Like if they yell a lot or they got anger issues, that's kind of a red flag. You don't want to be around a person like that with those qualities. So those are my top three red flags.
Okay, and I appreciate you already having them prepared too. So, have you ever had an experience where one of those was a was a challenge for you, was a problem that you had to deal with?
Um, Not all from me. I had people tell me that I could be a little demanding when I say stuff. I don't mean to be demanding, but it comes out like that. So I've been trying to work on that. I think I've gotten a little bit better at that. So yeah.
Okay. Um, that's interesting how you put it on yourself. I
Yeah,
was asking you, have you seen that with somebody else? But and that's one of the louder questions about being self-aware. But that's when you can see these things in yourself, you can let people know, hey, this is what I'm working on, and it doesn't come as no big surprise, no shock to them, and scare them out of their mind. What in the world is going on with him?
yeah.
So good, 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 good. Next question is, and I love how you articulated my question to the T the way I gave it to you. So I appreciate it. And just so everybody know, what I do with all my guests, I give them the questions before they come on because I don't want them off the cuff, trying to think of an answer when I could have given them time enough to just get their thoughts together and think about their life experiences and how they're going to respond to the question. So appreciate you taking it just that serious, man. I take it as a compliment. What are some of the difficulties and challenges that you find being single in today's society?
Yeah, man. People are not real anymore. People are very selfish nowadays. People lie about who they are and where they're from, and people are not loyal and caring like they used to be years ago. Everybody's out for self game and money and fame and stuff. So it's hard to find like a person that you could connect with. They're out there. It's just harder to find. The young people that are in their teens and 20s, they so self absorbed. All they want to do is like party and they live selfishly. They live careless. They live self destructive lives. They get high, they get drunk. Sleep around, make mistakes, do immature things, having babies that they're not ready for with men and women that don't really love them. And so it's hard to find. It's hard being single in that regard. Everybody's just out for self. So that's some of the challenges, and also social media, man. Social media makes it hard, for young people to connect because it's so like selfish. You see the Instagram models and they look good and they showing their bodies and the women are twerking and all of that, and so it makes it hard for a single man to look have a conversation with a woman without thinking about what she looks like naked. It just social media makes us, and what we see on TV, it makes us so obsessed with sex, where that's all single men think about when they are with a woman. They can't have a decent conversation with a woman without thinking about her like that, and it makes it hard for men. It builds that lust, and a lot of that. That's why a lot of young men struggle with pornography, they struggle with lust, struggle with all of that because of the things that we got to face in our culture. TV, movies, music, magazines, stuff that's talked about on podcasts and on what we see on Instagram and stuff. It feeds that lust and and makes women look like sex objects. So it's hard for a man to really connect. For some men, to really connect with women. So that's why it's so hard, being single and trying to do the right thing in today's society. There's so much temptation out there, and the influences are so strong. So
I got you. I got you. So, and you spoke a lot about men, the challenges and the difficulties. What makes it so hard for some men? And I've heard that before. I've heard it many times. It happens in church. They're trying to praise the Lord and they see sister come over there. She got a cleavage,
oh yeah,
doing all of this and he trying to look away,
yeah,
and and all kind of stuff. And like you said, going on social media and I guess you're trying to connect with somebody and they're showing you everything.
right.
Um, so what have you yourself found to be one of your hardest um, things to deal with or to face um, while you're single? Here you are single, you say you're searching and you're praying. Why you don't have nobody? What is this? Why is it so hard?
Um, I'm not. For me personally, I'm still trying to heal emotionally and mentally. I'm trying to take care of my mental health. Um, I'm not where I want to be spiritually. I am working on that, trying to mature myself, preparing for that right one because I do want to get married. Like I said, I'm 35 years old. I don't have time to waste. So the woman that I meet, hopefully, she's the one that I'm gonna marry. You know. Um, for me, like I gotta work on myself. I'm working on
Right.
my and stuff like that, working on my mental health. So I'm not quite ready yet, but I will get there pretty soon. So yeah,
Well, let me say this to that before I go to the next question. I think we all are going to always be working on ourselves.
right.
And it's just good to connect with someone who can help us through that process. I do think there's a certain amount of healing that needs to be done before you jump into a relationship, but there's always going to be something that we're working on as long as we're living. We just want to make sure that we've gotten to a place that we can bring someone else into it without hurting their life. But sometimes others help walk us through things. Um, and one thing that I believe in is therapy, just constantly having a therapist where you can release and you can, what you're dealing with, release the toxic and receive some tools. But I love how you're able to identify where you are yourself, man. That's awesome. Um, so that's going to lead us to our next question. What are some deal breakers that you have? And that yeah, what are some deal breakers you have?
Deal breakers I got. I want to make sure that I get what I need out of the relationship. So I don't want to be with a selfish person. Um, I I want to be with somebody that's clean, family oriented, financially, mentally, and emotionally stable, and that has a sense of humor. If you don't have those things, then I don't want to be with you. Those things are deal breakers. I think those things are very important. I love to laugh. I love to joke around. I need somebody that can understand that can keep up with me. They got to be able to be love people and be sociable. You gotta love being around people and hanging out and stuff. 'Cause those are things that I like to do. So if they don't have those qualities, they can't be with me. Those are deal breakers for me. I have to have those qualities in that person.
Come on now, come on now. If you can't make Dre laugh, you gotta go.
Yeah. Or
You
or
gotta hit it.
joke, or if I make a joke and they can't laugh or find it funny or whatever the case may be, then they can't be with me. And they gotta be God fearing too. That's a deal breaker for me too. Gotta be
And
God
then
fearing.
God fearing. Okay, okay, okay. But what if the joke don't land right? What if the joke is not funny? She still gotta laugh.
I mean, if it ain't funny, what I'm saying, if it ain't funny, it ain't funny. But she has to have a sense of humor. She
Right,
has, some people just like they serious all the time and all that
right,
stuff. I don't
right. I got you.
do it all the time. I don't like that. You got to be down to earth and mellow.
I got you. I got you. I got you, man. That's good. And especially when you get to a certain place in your life, um, you know what you need for yourself. When you
Exactly.
know you know what you need.
Hmm.
And I think that's the key thing with deal breakers is knowing yourself enough um, to know what you need in someone else, and from someone else. All
Yeah.
right. So our next question. You've heard it said before in the Bible that a woman is a helpmate to a man. What does that mean to you for a woman to be a helpmate? And do you actually see that?
Yeah. A woman being a helpmate means she supports and loves her spouse. She shares the responsibility of paying household bills, helps with cooking and cleaning, says encouraging words, takes care of kids, um, I believe these type of women still exist. They're just harder to find in today's generation because of social media, fame, and money. Like I said before, everybody's selfish. You know what I mean? So it's hard to find somebody like that. These women out here, a lot of these women out here, especially the young women in their 20s, they want the guys to like buy stuff for them. They want you to buy everything for them, buy them this, buy them that. You know, a lot of them watch a lot of reality TV, and so they want to live what they see on TV, and a lot of that stuff is not real. You know, and so that's what they want in real life, just the materialistic things. They don't care about taking care of the person, looking out for the person. You know, being family oriented and just loving the person the right way. Nobody's like I said, nobody's real anymore. No, there's no real emotion. Everything is just fast paced about money and fame. Everything is just instant. Nobody wants to stay in, like, work on things and work on a relationship and build family. Nobody cares about family anymore. It's just about me, myself, and I. So it's harder to find in this generation, but it is there. It's in the older women, like maybe my generation and my age and up, 30, late 30s, 40s, 50s, stuff like that.
So have you been looking in the? Have you been searching for a lady in her 20s?
Um,
The
before,
tenderoni?
before I was, yeah, because I was just like, man, she at least gotta like look good, you know what I mean? But then after talking to a lot of people, they were like, looks are not the most important thing, especially somebody in my condition with a disability. You want somebody that is gonna be able to love you unconditionally, take care of you, look out for you, and stuff like that. You want somebody that you can have a deep conversation with, decent conversation with, and that really care about you and love you, and that's gonna be there for you, for me, to help me and with daily stuff that I need help with. So at the end of the day, looks is not the most important thing. It's a person's character. What type of person they are when life gets hard, when things are not so great. Can I count on that person to be my support system, to be my rock, to be there for me, to hold me up when I need help. So at the end of the day, looks is not so important. If they do look good, great, and they have a great personality and they're caring, that's great. But at the end of the day, looks are not the most important thing. It's a person's character and how they are, you know, and who they are spiritually. That's the most important thing.
Oh, wow, that's big. That's big. That's good. And
Yeah.
that's mature. That's mature of you to understand that you can find someone who looks beautiful aesthetically on the outside,
Yes.
but internally they could not have the character you need or the compassion that you need. And that's another thing too. When you find yourself in, well, like I said, knowing yourself, you know that you have a disability, whether it's something physically, emotionally, whatever you know about yourself, you know what you need for you. Um, yeah. So that's good. That's good, Dre. That's good. Next question. Now I was talking about the woman. Now we just got to talk about the woman. Now we're gonna talk about the man. What does it mean to you for a man to provide and protect?
So what it means for me, for a man to provide and protect, just be there for your family, take care of your family spiritually, mentally, emotionally, physically. You know, um, just be there for them. Be the man in your house. Be the leader of your household, of your family. Protect them with your prayers. Protect them with guiding them to God, and God teaching them the ways of the Bible, and just being a God fearing man, being a godly husband to your wife, and looking out for your wife's spirit and her soul. Just taking care of her spirit and her soul, and everything will fall into place. When she sees that you're providing what she needs mentally, emotionally, and spiritually, she'll be there for you as the husband, mentally, emotionally, and spiritually, like the sexual side and everything else that you need. When she sees that you can take care of her soul and her spirit, and she trusts you, that you're not gonna damage her soul and her spirit, Everything else that you want from her is gonna fall into place automatically. You won't have to beg for it or ask for it. She'll just automatically do it when when she sees that you take care of her spiritually.
Wow! Oh my gosh, man! Where did you get that from? How long have you been thinking like that?
Just the past couple of years, maybe 2 or 3 years, I read this book by Tony Evans called Kingdom Man, and in it he talked about how to love your family and love your wife and how to be a good kingdom man, and that was one of the things that he talked about. Men complain about their wife not paying enough attention to them, they're not getting enough sex, that she's just not being what they want her to be. And he says that a lot of the men, they don't take care of their wives properly. They don't nurture their wives properly. They're not paying attention to their wife. They sitting down, they watching ESPN, they drinking beer. They're not really paying attention to like what she needs and what the kids need and whatever, because they just so consumed with themselves. They're not paying. They might be paying a little bit of attention, but not enough. Not in the right area. They're lacking spiritual maturity as far as what their wife needs them to be and what their children need them. What type of father the children need as well. So Tony Evans was explaining how to do that better, and so that's where I got that from.
Wow, awesome, man, awesome. Oh, it was on earlier. So listen, did he share how that, um, how the brother, the man, gets to that level if he never saw that or if he was never taught that? And I asked this question because we had a previous guest who said that he don't feel like he was marriage material. He's been married 3 times, and and he has shared with me of how he just never really seen it, and he has a problem. Have always had a problem with being romantic. That the women would always say, "You don't woo me," It's like wham bam, thank you, ma'am, kind of thing. And
Right.
so we understand that many people have not been taught certain things that's expected of them. So did he give any clue, or did he tell you how or what the brother needs to do if he find himself not knowing how to do that for the woman?
Yeah, he says that how you go about taking care of your family the right way, you have to be led by God spiritually. If your relationship with God is not where it needs to be, then you're not going to be able to take care of your wife and your family properly. The problem with today's men is that they lost their place in God. God gave them authority over their family. Men have lost their roles, you see, in the family, and that's why they're not able to take care of their family the way they should. Their connection with God is broken. When Adam was in the Garden of Eden and God told him to take care of the garden, Adam didn't do it. Adam failed because he lost his connection with God when he ate the fruit that Eve gave him after God told him not to. So the first sin was disobedience. They didn't listen to God. Adam didn't listen to God, so his relationship with God was broken. So it's all of that starts with God. Men got to take their place back with God, get right standing with God, and everything else will fall into place. Once they connect with God, then God will show them how to take care of their wife and how to take care of their family through the Holy Spirit guiding them to teach them how to take care of their wife and family. So it starts with God.
The mic. Go. Wow. 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 Okay, next question. Next question. What are some qualities? We hinted on this a little bit already. You did. What are some qualities that a single person should look for when choosing a mate? When they're looking for a mate, what are some of the qualities? Because we hear people talk about, gotta have this, gotta have that. What are the qualities that they should look for when choosing a mate?
Okay, so when choosing a mate, You want to look for somebody that's first of all God fearing, like you said earlier. You want to choose somebody. If you're a Christian person, you want to look for the godly person, a person that's going after God, a person that is doing God's will for their life. You want to go after that godly person, like minded. If you're a Christian going to church, you want another godly man or a godly woman that is following after Christ, that's doing the things of Christ, that's doing the things that God wanted to do. Second thing, you want somebody that is family oriented. Okay, you want somebody that thinks about how what is best for the family, not what's best for themselves. You want somebody that thinks what's best for the family, how to take care of their family. They got to know what to do. Second thing, you want somebody. Third thing, you want somebody that's financially stable. Do they have good credit? Do they manage their money well? Do they just spend, 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 or do they know how to save? And what do they know what to spend their money on? You know, um, you want somebody that is responsible, um, with how they live their lives. You want somebody that's caring, that cares about other people, that knows how to be kind to people, that's very loving, and that knows how to give. Um, and you want somebody that's gonna be respectful towards you, that's gonna care about how you're feeling. You don't have to. You don't have to like beg them to spend time with you or anything like that. They'll automatically just spend time with you. They'll ask you how you're feeling. What are your needs? What do you want? And just look out for you without anything in return. And so, those are the qualities you want to look for and people. And if you for women, like if you want to know how a guy's gonna treat you, just look at how they how he treats his sister or his mom or his grandma, how he talks to them, like the tone of his voice. Does he do a lot of yelling? Does he do a lot of shouting? Is he demanding? Does he order them around? Just take a look at how he functions with his family, and that'll be a good indication of how he's gonna treat you. For the man, um, just look, um, just look at how the woman in a social setting, how she talks, if she's a loud person, um, or what type of friends she hangs around and stuff like that. Look for those qualities if she cusses a lot and stuff like that. Just pay attention to how they are in like a group setting, and then you kind of get a good feel of how they are, how they're gonna be with you.
Wow, some nuggets, man. You're dropping some good stuff. You're dropping some good stuff, Trey.
Yeah.
You really are, man. You really are. Can you say that what you just described is also you? Do you give that?
Um. Yeah. I tried. I'm not perfect, but I think I'm a decent guy. I'm not perfect, but I think I'm a decent guy, and I think as time goes on and I get deeper and deeper in my word and closer to God, I get better and better as time goes on.
I'm glad that you know that you are a decent guy because you are my brother. And
Yeah.
that right queen um is gonna come at the right time, and both of you are going to be an asset to each other, making each other's life royal. You know, um, I really believe that. I really believe everything that you've been going through and how you've been evolving has been just building you. And this platform is to help renew the minds of singles and help their lives to be transformed. So they may have been going on one path or thinking one way, but to hear from somebody else, from a lineup of other people who are sharing, um, that's the hope to detour them and help evolve them, as have you done. You read the book, Tony Evans. Somebody else gonna look at this podcast, and we never know when we put it out there who's grabbing and who's growing from it. So Oh, thank you, man. I appreciate that. All right, moving on to the next question. What does it mean to settle? What does it mean to you when you hear someone say, "I'm not gonna settle" or "I settled"? What does it mean to you to settle?
Settling to me means to accept anything or any behavior or attitude that a person gives you because you don't want to be alone. You feel like you can't have what you really want, so you just settle for anything because you don't want to be alone. You want to be with somebody. You're obsessed with uh, being in a relationship. So you just settle, and so that's what I think settling means. You're not asking for what you really want, or you don't believe you can have what you really want, so you just settle. Like
Um,
people, they get into a relationship, they know what they want before they get into a relationship, and they fall in love with this guy or girl, and because they want to be with them so bad, that guy or girl might not give them what they really want, but because they like the way they look or they like what they have, they just go along with it, whatever, not really um, getting what they want out of the relationship, not really living their dreams and goals, because they don't want to be alone.
so they just ignore the deal breakers.
Right. Ignore the deal breakers, and that's not a good thing.
Next question is: do you think that the expectation of single that's put on single men is unfair? When single men are dating, going out, there's a lot of single women who expect a lot from them. I've heard guys say all the time, man, they expect too much. It's hard, man, whatever. Do you think that the expectation that's put on single men is unfair? And if so, you know, what are your thoughts?
Um, yeah, yeah, for some men, it might be a little unfair because like I said, a lot of young guys in their 20s are not where they want to be financially yet. They might be on their way out there working on it, but they're not there yet. And the woman is going into the relationship on the date, expecting the guy to be all of this for them already, and the guy's not there yet, and the women um, might not be there yet themselves. Like I said, you got a lot of these young women want these guys to just do everything for them, pay for everything for them, buy me this, buy me that, and they're not willing to contribute anything to the guy or contribute anything to the relationship. They just want to take, trying to figure out, where they want to be in the next couple of years. They don't know yet, and so I think, yeah, for some men, it is unfair that they have that unnecessary pressure to do all these heavy things in a relationship that they're not ready for. So yeah, I do think there's a little bit of unnecessary pressure there.
It's real. It's real out there. I tell you, and it's expensive.
Yeah,
One of the Yeah, it's expensive dating, especially when she wants you to do it all. And you can't tell me you're gonna be a helpmate later, and I don't see you being a helpmate now. I
yeah,
need to see you help out now, man. I need to see this. Yeah, I need to see it. I need to see it. So I understand. Okay, moving on. Um, so now, how do women disrespect themselves in today's society? We how when you're looking at women, you see women who respect themselves. They look like they do. You see women who look like they don't respect themselves. How do women disrespect themselves or bring disrespect to themselves?
but I think women disrespect themselves or bring disrespect to themselves by being loud or promiscuous, wearing revealing clothes and posting it on social media, not creating boundaries for themselves, and being indecisive and being selfish. A lot of young girls in their teens and 20s. They making twerk videos. They showing videos of them fighting each other.
What's wrong with twerking?
Huh?
What's wrong with twerking? Don't you like to watch it?
Um, yeah, I do, but it's not bringing. They're not gonna win our respect over by doing that. It makes them look easy, like they want to do that and then still be respected in the streets after doing that. That's not gonna work. Men are very visual. You know what I mean? So if you wanna be respected, you gotta act like a woman that's dignified. You gotta act like a mature woman that wants like a real relationship. If you want the right guy to come to you, you gotta act like it. You gotta dress like it. You gotta carry yourself right. You can't be doing that and then expect the guy to respect you and come at you the right way when you're showing it all out for them to see.
It sounds like there's also a lot of pressure on women, like to try to attract guys, right? And then the way they try to attract guys, based on what society say, turns around and works against them because the guy is attracted to you, but you're not the one he want to take home to mama.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. It's crazy out here, man. It's a double standard. It's
Yeah,
very it's very confusing.
yeah.
Um, you want to be you want to we need a medium. You want to be right in the middle. You want to be carry yourself in a way that, like, okay, um like when you wear a dress, when a woman wears a dress, wear a dress that's appropriate for your body type. You know what I mean? We'll see your figure, we'll see your shape in that dress. You don't have to show your cleavage, or wear a short that's a skirt that's too short. You know what I mean? That's showing everything. Just something right in the middle. We'll see a figure through that nice dress. You know what I mean? It's okay. It's all right. We'll see you, and we'll give you the respect that you deserve. Just let us know. You know what I mean? The way you dress will tell us a lot about you. We'll know how to approach you. Some guys, it don't matter what you put on. If they're dogs, they're dogs. You know what I mean? They're gonna come at you how they want to come at you. But as the woman, you got to let them know what you want and how you expect them to approach you, and then they'll approach you that way as long as you carry yourself that way. You know.
Man, man, ladies, this is coming from a man. This is coming to you from a man. I
Yeah.
heard anyway that ladies dress for ladies, and they do that for each other, whatever like that. But I don't know. The and a lot of times guys are not wanting all that women do. But that right there was deep, man. That was some good stuff, good nuggets from a brother to a sister. Um,
Yeah.
last question. Last question. This is that one. I'm always waiting to hear a response on it. Um, how important do you think it is for people to be self-aware um, before going into a relationship so that they can be um, transparent about whatever their flaws are? How important is it for a person to be self-aware before pursuing a relationship?
I think it's very important for a person to be self-aware. Know yourself. You know what I mean? And I encourage myself all the time. I was like, I'm whoever I'm with, I'm gonna let them know. Listen, I'm not perfect. I got, sometimes I get in the funk where like I don't feel like talking. I struggle with depression. I struggle with, being frustrated. I struggle with anger sometimes. Like I said earlier, I can sound a little demanding sometimes. I'm working on it. I think I gotten a lot better at it. But I can sound a little demanding sometimes. But let her know that I don't mean to sound demanding. That's just how it comes out. And I
But you
always,
talking about like Teddy Pendergrass? Turn them off.
yeah, yep,
Can't be doing that, Dre. Dre, come on, Dre. Bring me
yeah,
my coffee. That's
right.
what you like that, right?
Nah. Like, or like I'll ask for something, but I won't say please at the end of it. But
Oh,
it's not that I mean to be rude. It don't sound rude to me, but it sound rude to that person. You know what
right,
I mean?
right, right.
It sound demanding to them, but I don't mean it like that in any kind of way. But it sounds like that, so I had to work on that. So but
That's
yeah,
good. That's good.
yeah. But I always say like when I give that right person, I'm gonna tell them. First thing I'm gonna tell them, say, hey, listen, I'm not a mind reader. So if I'm doing something that you don't like, or I'm talking to you in a way that you don't like, please let me know. Or if you need me to do anything, let me know, please. Instead of hiding it and then getting angry at me later for it when I didn't do it the right way or I didn't do it at all, please let me know. I'm new to this. You know what I mean? I don't it's my first relationship and I need to know what to do and what not to do. Like how do I make you happy? I need to know that. So you need to tell me so I can learn how to treat you. You know what I mean? If you don't tell the person how you want to be treated, they're not gonna know. They're just gonna be doing stuff. You know what I mean? So that that open communication is important. You
Right,
need to
right,
let that
right,
person know how you want to be treated.
right, right, right. And in order to know how you want to be treated or what you need to be self-aware. You need to be aware of what you need. What
Exactly.
makes what makes you feel good? What makes you, hey, that don't make me feel so good there. So before I let you go, you said that you ever been in a relationship before?
No, I haven't.
You have.
No.
So oh, that woman that's out there, that queen, that's gonna be your first time.
Yes.
Okay. Wow. She's getting someone who is getting himself prepared, man. Getting
Yeah.
himself prepared. Yes, sir. Yes,
Yep.
sir. Yes, sir, Dre.
Yep.
Man, I've enjoyed having you as a guest. You dropped some good stuff, man. You
Thank you.
dropped, I knew this was gonna be a good interview. You dropped some good stuff. 35 years old?
Yeah.
Man, how can people reach you? If she's out there somewhere, how can she reach you? What's your social media? Well,
Um, Facebook.
let me see.
Andre Gayle. Facebook. Dre underscore Sizzle. That's my Instagram.
Right there.
And yeah, those are my two places you can reach me. And my email, Andre underscore G 619 at yahoo.com.
Awesome, awesome, man, awesome. Well, listen, to all of you who tuned in, I thank you so much. I ask that you will go back and look at some previous episodes. Look at the ones that are yet to come. I ask for you to share them, and refer to them, to be able to help you out and help somebody else out that you may know. Please support us so that we can continue to evolve, expand, and grow. You can support us with Cash App or Zelle at 404-901-8591. Or maybe, hey, you may want to donate some attire, wardrobe that you want me to wear, and shoot you out a plug for your business, whatever it is, however you can help us grow so that we can be here and be a platform, giving talk therapy, giving tools and tips for others, allowing this to be a place that we can come and discuss and share our wisdom with each other. Please help us out. This your fam right here. Love you much. Hey, I love you and I appreciate you, Dre. I appreciate you much, man. Your queen is on the way. All right, your
Yeah.
queen is on the way.
Thank you, man. I appreciate you having me, giving me an opportunity to speak, man. Thank you.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I appreciate you as well. And listen, all my love to all of you. Have
All
a
right.
good one. Have a
Thank
good
you.
one.
You too. All right. Bye bye.